Hello FlossTube, my name is Leanne and I am leann.stitches here on YouTube and on Instagram. Today is Sunday, November 7th, 2021, and this is my 22nd FlossTube. FlossTube is just my channel where I talk about cross stitch. Occasionally I talk about some other crafts, but mostly we just talk about cross stitch. And occasionally I will give you a little bit of news from my shop. My company is Forbidden Fiber Co. and you can find the information down below. I will endeavor to put anything I talk about in the links down below, but I'm going to be honest, usually I forget. It's been 2 weeks since my last FlossTube, just because filming on Sundays means that I did not get a chance to film last Sunday, which was Halloween. It was a packed full day of Halloween fun. So I have a lot to show you, but not as much as you would expect for 2 weeks, just because I had to do a lot of knitting for work in the past week or so. So instead of picking a whole new set of projects to stitch on, I just kind of kept stitching on the stuff that I stitched on last week. Partly because I just wanted to see some more progress, and partly because I knew it would be easier to film if I did that way. So let's get straight to the stitching. As always, my first piece to show you is Marvel Heroes. And this is my focus piece for the year. This is by Popular Cross Stitch, which was a shop on Etsy, and they are no longer there. So I'm not really sure if you can find this artwork anywhere else. It is a gift for my husband, and I'm attempting to finish it next year. I would love to give it to him for Christmas. Not really sure that's gonna happen. I did a lot though. So let me show you where I'm at, and then I will tell you all of the things. But there's where I'm at. And I kind of worked a little bit of all over. For the most part, I tried to start at the top and pick a stitch and kind of bring it down. So I was able to finish Luke Cage in there. And some of those reds that came in here dropped down, and I was able to start on Spider-Man, which was pretty cool. And then I finished Silver Surfer, and in doing so, all those silvers and grays, I kind of got to fill in some here and in these sections in here. That is Black Panther, so I got to fill in some of his head, which was pretty cool. And then I don't know who anybody else is. I mean, this is Thing. We've already established that from all of this stuff. So I did get to work in his head and his shoulders some. So yeah, I don't know how many stitches I did. I'm gonna put that down though, because I still have the clamp on for my floor stand, and I threw out my shoulder 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, and it hurts to hold it up. So anyway, I did not stitch on that for Superhero Saturday Sal a week ago yesterday. I was mad knitting, designing something for a Squid Games mystery kit that I just put up in the shop. And I will link that down below, because I did a knitting one and a cross stitch one, and it's really exciting. Anyway, I spent all weekend last weekend knitting on that pattern. And so Friday night and all day Saturday, I decided that I was gonna stitch on Marvel to kind of make up for that. And I got a lot of progress done. I think I finally was able to get back up to that 1,000 stitches a week I've been trying to get to all year. And I did some math, because I can't load the entire pattern into Pattern Keeper. I have to go page by page, and so I never really know exactly how done I am. So I did some math after I finished last night, and I am currently about 40% done, 39.6% done, I think is what I am. And I did some more math, because math is my jam, and I did not quite 22,000 stitches last year, and I'm not even at 20,000 stitches this year, and my goal was like 45,000. I didn't even make it halfway. I didn't even make it to what I stitched last year with 2 months left, and this was supposed to be my focus piece this year, so I'm feeling a little bit ashamed. Not because I didn't enjoy stitching on anything else, and I know I stitched a whole ton of model stitches this summer that really took away from my stitching, my fun stitching time, but if I'm gonna get this finished next year, I have a lot of stitching left to do this year. So if I stitch 2,000 stitches a week instead of 1,000 stitches a week, I should be able to finish the entire top half, which would be 2 full rows of pages. And then I would have 1 full row of pages and 1 partial row of pages left to finish next year. I honestly don't think 2,000 stitches a week is possible because I barely could even make 1,000 stitches a week for the past 10 months. We'll see what happens. Next piece to show you is Halloween Quaker. And this is by Lila's Studio. And I was stitching on this every Sunday for October spooky stitching, Halloween stitching. And so I did not stitch on it last Sunday on Halloween, but I did stitch on it the Sunday before that. And it was 2 weeks ago, so I honestly don't remember what I did. There's gonna be a lot of editing on this video, guys, because I am royally sucking. Okay, so I know I stitched over here. I think I stitched this flower, and I think I started in on this guy right there, because I remember I did have the bird stitched the last time I showed it to you. So yeah, there it is. And when I posted on Instagram, I said I was really close to a finish. I think I've got like maybe the equivalent of a full page left. And I hadn't been planning on a finish this year. I thought I might go for one earlier when I was using it for my penalty piece on Magical Stitches, but I've kind of not been doing Magical Stitches, and I feel like a horrible person for letting my team down, but things have just been too crazy. And anyway, so I thought I might get a finish. I thought I might even get a finish before Halloween, but obviously I didn't. So I'm considering keeping on working on that piece. And trying to go for a finish for this year, because that would be pretty cool. It's one of my oldest whips, so whip means work in progress, in case I didn't say that earlier. So it'd be kind of cool to get to finish that. So we'll see. I think I'm going to try to keep working on that this week. I don't have any concrete plans though, so we'll see. The other piece that's well, not the only other piece left from Spooky Stitching, but this is All Hallows Eve sampler by Joan Elliott. And I worked on this every Tuesday for spooky stitching. All Hallows Eve, not All Hallows Eve, Halloween Quaker is on 40 count. Picture this plus in murky. I'm using everything called for. Marvel Heroes is on 16 count easy grid using all the called for DMC. I'm trying to get better about telling you guys what I'm stitching on. Okay. Back to All Hallows Eve. Let me fold this so I can show you. Here is where I'm at. And I worked down in here. I think I finished out over here, and I definitely did all of that. I got a lot more done on this piece than I was expecting, honestly, for just working on it on Tuesday night. So it was pretty exciting. I really enjoyed doing all these little swirls. They were a lot of fun. So this piece will probably get put away for the rest of the year, if I'm being honest, because I have so many other things that I want to work on, and because I did get quite a bit done. I got a page finish. So I think I'm probably going to be putting this away for the rest of the year. I don't know though. You never know what I'm going to do. This is on 32 count Belfast opalescent fabric. I dyed it when I was learning to dye fabric. The closest colorway in my shop to this would be Tumbleweed. And I'm just using the called for DMC, which is basically black. The next one I have to show you is my Mirabella Royal Holiday. And I am stitching this on Mondays for the most part. Occasionally I stitch a little bit more than that because I just love it so much. And this is another one of those things where I don't remember what I stitched on this, because I don't believe I stitched on it this week because I started the Trick or Treat Fairy, and so I did that for Mirabella Monday instead of this. But I know I just kept working on the dress because I am basically trying to work my way down. and finish all of that gold dress before starting on her red cape. And I really enjoy every single stitch of this piece. It's so much fun. This is on 32 count Belfast linen that is dyed by me. It is not in the shop. I have not put it in the shop yet. I plan to at some point. I just need to get through advent calendars first, and then I'll try to get that in the shop. If you have a name that you think would be a good name for that, let me know. The last spooky stitching piece, no, it's not even the last one. Why do I keep saying that? Nevermore. Let me see if I can get this without the glare. Nevermore by Leela's Studio. I think I said Halloween Quaker was by Lila's Studio, but it's Leela's Studio. I'm sorry about that. So this is Nevermore. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. And this was the first time I think I've worked on this all year long. And I really had a lot of fun with it. So that is where I am now. So I worked on this, I think Wednesday and Thursday of the week before Halloween. And then Friday night, I started knitting on that Squid Game pattern that I was telling you about. So I didn't work on it on Friday, and I just kept trying to get back to it all week last week because I really wanted to get more done. I actually spent most of the first night stitching on this frogging because this medallion right here, for some reason, it was just really tripping me up. And I must have stitched and unpicked and restitched and unpicked at least 3 times before I found my groove. So I really didn't get as much progress as I wanted to. I got maybe down to here eventually, but it just really wasn't where I wanted to be. And so you know how it is. You always think that you can get more stitching done than you actually can. So actually today, in between church and filming, my son had a friend over to play, and so I kind of just sat in my bedroom listening and watching out the window when they were playing outside, and I just stitched a little bit more on this because I wanted to get some more work on the medallion. I had one more strand of thread that I had pulled out that I really wanted to finish, and then I kind of wanted to see some of the other colors. So I stitched these words, I stitched the yellow square and these words, and then I really wanted to see this color in here. So I just did one strand of that too. I did one strand of yellow, one strand of words, one strand of green. And then called it done for today, or for this rotation. I'm stitching this on 32 count Belfast linen in Morning Mist, which is up in my shop right now. It's a 1/4 yard. And then I actually got permission from Leela's Studio to sell the conversion kits that I made. I made it up last year for Alma of Alma's Little Wonders, and so I contacted Leela and just asked her if she would be okay if I put it up in my shop, and she said yes. So it is available in my shop now. We actually even just got restocked with patterns. We were waiting for them to come back in. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's a really fun stitch. It's different, and it's perfect for spooky stitching, which even though it's over, I kind of want to keep stitching on that one. So we'll see. Like I said, I really didn't stitch on it at all until this last time. So I kind of feel like I have a little more work that I might want to do this year. Maybe I'll go for a page finish or something. Last thing that I worked on was I had a Halloween start with Sarah from Memphis, Sarah E. And we started Mirabella's Trick or Treat Fairy. And this is available on Hirschners.com. You can get the PDF download. It was originally in a magazine. I don't know which one. So they have the PDF now. And I could not put this down. I had so much fun stitching it. I stitched it on Sunday a little bit before trick-or-treating. And then we actually got done trick-or-treating and home, and the kids were in bed by 8 o'clock, and I stayed up way too late. We were watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We were doing a marathon. My husband had never seen it, and I was rewatching it for reference, for market research. Shh, you didn't hear that. Anyway, we stayed up way too late on the night of Halloween and then the night after watching the end. So I got a lot done and it was so exciting. I literally couldn't stop stitching on it. I stitched on it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and maybe even Wednesday that week. And I wish you could see this. This is all Krynic and it is gorgeous, gorgeous. I am stitching this on 32 count Belfast Opalescent in the colorway Leaf Pile, which I actually created specifically to stitch this. And I love it. I love all the little bits of orange and the little bits of purple, and there's some green in there too. And it's just, it didn't turn out the way I expected it to. And I think I love it even more. So yeah. So that's all the stitching I did, which I don't know if it's a lot or a little. I know I definitely got a lot done on the trick or treat fairy, so that was exciting. And this week, I really don't know what I'm planning to do this week. I have knitting to do. I have to finish up a design I'm working on. And my mind has just been exploding with the knitting lately. Just design ideas and different things I want to try. I don't know why. I haven't had a knitting bug in 2 years. That's honestly why I started cross stitching. So I'm going to need to explore that a little bit, but I don't know which days. So I have 2 pieces planned for this week. I'm going to keep on stitching on Marvel. I'm going to keep stitching on my Royal Holiday. I might even put a little more in on Trick or Treat Fairy, which is why I didn't take it off of the Q-Snap. And then the last couple of days, I've been itching to work on Once Upon a Fairy Tale. And the artwork's by Amy Stewart. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, or HADE. I have the regular size max color. And I'm really itching to finish this page this year. It wasn't one of my original goals, but I just have an itch for it. So I think I'm going to work on this for at least 2 or 3 days this week. We'll see. I think I'm going to start on it tonight. And then, like I said, maybe do a couple other days. I really want to work on my Mirabella tomorrow. But I might just stitch on this straight through for a few days and then pull out the Mirabella later this week. I don't really know. I just want to keep seeing some more of those details pop. It's an addiction. What can I say? I want to see details. I want to see details. And then the last piece that I want to work on this week is this ornament. It's a Dimensions Gold ornament. It's 1 of 6 in a kit that I bought. I just bought it on Amazon. And it was one of my goals this year, to finish all 6 of these ornaments. I had 2 finished at the beginning of the year. I finished a 3rd, and I'm really close to finishing number 4. Oh. And so I want to work on this and try to get closer to finishing. I have basically, this tree comes down a little bit more, and then all of this down here, it's just a half stitch. And then I have faces to put on the carolers, and I have to do their books. And then I have a lot of back stitching. But the back stitching on these actually goes pretty fast because I can do long stitches. I don't have to do like back stitch every single stitch. So I think I want to work on that at least one night, maybe 2, depending on how much I get done. And that's really all I have. I'm sure that I have haul. I went on a pattern buying binge again today on Etsy. Shh, don't tell anyone. But it's all downloads, so it's all on my email still. I think I've been pretty good about buying patterns though. Mama Witch X Stitch on Etsy. She came out with a couple of Christmas patterns, and I just had to. I had to. They're just too cute. She gets me every time. And then I honestly couldn't even tell you the other designer at the moment that I bought. That's bad, huh? That's when you know you have a problem. So I just bought, it was a bunch of more seasonal patterns. You know, I've been on a seasonal pattern buying binge. So yeah, but so it's all downloads. So I don't really have any haul to show you per se. I think that's it. It is 5 o'clock, so I should probably feed my kids dinner and get them to bed and finish laundry so they have clothes to wear to school tomorrow. And it's going to be a busy week finishing up advent calendars And we have fabric club going out this week, so I have to focus on getting all that done. Yeah, 2 more weeks until Thanksgiving vacation, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I plan to cook dinner on Thanksgiving, not every night, just Thanksgiving. And I plan to do a whole lot of stitching, and I'm so looking forward to it. Anyway, I hope that you've had a good weekend. I hope you have a great week this week, and get lots of stitching in if that's what you want to get done. And whatever you do, I hope that you lead with love. Bye.